Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell-All. My name is Bobby Fazio. This is the Driver Interviews with Bobby Fazio channel. @ Driver Interviews or hashtag The Car Show should help you find me. All right, what's going on? How's everybody doing out there? Is it raining where you are? Tornado watches. We've had tornado watches today. We went from sunny and 95 degrees and really, really hot to sky turned gray, and now we've got tornado warnings. So hopefully nothing happens here. And I hope you guys are all safe where you are. All right. I hope you all had a nice, happy 4th of July. Got to spend some time with your families and maybe even got to race if you were in Division 1 here, Lebanon Valley. So we'll get to those results soon. We got a lot of people chiming in. Danny Davis. What's up, Danny? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Steve Bruce, happy Tuesday. When will your Superstock Mustang be ready to race? Oh, boy. If I had $1 for every time I heard that question, I would just buy a Cobra Jet and skip past it. Yeah, worked on that car all weekend this weekend. And, you know, in typical form, we call that car Stradivarius. In typical Stradivarius form, challenges and, you know, complications, but not really. I mean, my dad's a magician. He knows how to figure his way out of everything. But, you know, just trying some new stuff this year, and things don't quite fit, you know, the way they used to, and just hiccups as you work on cars that are 60 years old. So we'll see, man. Hopefully in a couple months. Hayden Brown, what's up, Hayden? How are you doing down in Louisiana, New Orleans? Hope you're safe down there. Hey, Walt, how's it going, buddy? Happy Tuesday. Walt Walker in the house. When's Walt racing again? That's a good question, right? What do you guys have coming? I guess not a whole lot till Tulsa, September. Huh. All right, Walt, enjoy your summer. Heat for sale, free. I know, man. Oh my goodness. What's going on, Brett Steven? How you doing, Brett? Yeah, this has been the hottest summer I can remember since at least like I'd go with like 6-7 years maybe. I remember 2017 was really hot for some reason. But it's been brutal here. Brian Cool. We can all use some cool right now. Happy Tuesday, Brian. Thanks for tuning in. Hello from the Motor City. That's George Wright, Cobra Jet Racer, 9,500 RPM. Be sure to subscribe to that channel. A lot of good videos on there. Walking on the treadmill, trying to get to K-weight. Happy Tuesday, Sean Conway. How you doing, Sean? I was watching. Sean was racing at Lebanon Valley this weekend. I did not race Lebanon Valley this year. It was 4th of July weekend. I had a lot of stuff to do. Plus, we wanted to work on the Super Stocker, and that Virginia trip kind of beat the hell out of us, and we just couldn't make it this year. And tell you the truth, it was like one of the smoothest Lebanon Valley races. You know, the weather was perfect, and they didn't really seem to have any kind of hiccups. I mean, that thing went very smoothly. So, way to go, Division 1. Last year was a different story, and a tragic incident there last year, and oof. But somebody let me know what is that highway 81 that you take all the way up there? Last year there was a bump every 10 feet. Did they fix that? I'd like to know, because maybe I'll go back next year. But if I gotta hit a seam literally every every 10-20 feet with the motorhome the whole way up to upstate New York, I can't do it. I don't know if I have enough Advil, and I don't know if my motorhome and trailer shelves can handle such abuse. Steven Johnson, what's up, buddy? How's the Fairlane doing? You going to head to South Georgia Motorsports Park, hopefully? Joe Collins, maybe you're heading to South Georgia also. What's up, Joe? How you doing, Joe? Terry Nolan, he's at South Georgia, and it's brutally hot, right? So you have the JEGS All-Stars, or not the JEGS All-Stars, sorry. The JEGS Sportsnationals at South Georgia Motorsports Park this weekend. So sounds like it's going to be fun. You got stock and super stock class eliminations. Everybody loves that. And that is for a national. This is considered a national event. So you get national event payout, national event points. I'm sure you pay a national event entry fee, and you get a grade point as a little bonus there. Plus, there's a divisional right after the JEGS Sports National, so you get another grade point. So you get 2 grade points for showing up in South Georgia this weekend. That race actually starts tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, it's a Wednesday, Thursday Sports National, and a Friday, Saturday divisional. You know me, I'm not a fan of anything that starts on Wednesday. I feel like Sunday is race day, and now it's turned into a travel day. But I'm not going to beat that dead horse. Maybe they know something. I did check the weather forecast, and it looked all right. I mean, like low 90s the whole time, so you should be fine. I think it was dry. I don't think there's really going to be any rain there, so I think you guys should be all right. All right, lots of comments flying in. Let me get to some important stuff here. First of all, driverinterviews.com is my website, and YouTube at Driver Interviews, Facebook at Driver Interviews, Instagram at Driver Interviews. So all three of those. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit the follow button, whatever you got to do. It's free, by the way. When people ask me if I subscribe, do I have to pay money? No, it's YouTube is where they use the word subscribe. Facebook, they use the word follow, and Instagram, they use the word follow, and they all mean the same thing. It just notifies you when a new video comes out. And hopefully you saw the Stick Shift Nationals video. That's actually on pace to be one of my best videos ever. Lots of views, lots of watch time. Well, it's an hour and something minutes long, so it's going to get lots of watch time. So you can see all this, driverinterviews.com. That sends you right to the YouTube channel if you want to get to the YouTube channel that way, if it's easier for you. All right, we got draginsights.com. Research yourself, research your opponents, guys. Make sure you have a plan heading into this JEGS Sportsnationals, especially if you're going to run class this weekend. You can go to the analytics tab and see who the fastest car in the class is so far this year or last year or any year. So draginsights.com, that and a bunch of other things you can check out. I put a request in. I want to see people's win percentages. I want to be able to sort win percentages by track. I want to see who's like really good at a certain track and who's not really good at a certain track. Maybe there's like a killer racer who's just not that good at a certain place, or a decent racer who's really good at another place. I want to see people's average reaction times in certain rounds. I want to see how good people are in a final round. I want to see how good people are in a first round. I want to see how good people are at nighttime. So Alicia was very receptive to all of those requests. They were just my requests, but if anybody else has any requests, be sure to send them in. If Alicia can make it happen, she usually tries to make it happen. So that's draginsights.com, and if you're a premium member, that is a contingency eligible product right there. So thank you very much, Alicia. OriginalLupeTortilla.com. That's Stan and Sheila Holt. I don't know if they're heading to South Georgia this weekend. Maybe Walt would know. But Stan and Sheila Holt, I know they're very happy grandparents at this point. Chase and Mariah had a nice, beautiful baby. And I guess that baby's about 6 months old by now or older. And I know they're having a great time doing that. But hope to see them at the racetrack soon. Thank you for all your help, guys. Lupe Tortilla. God, I could go for some Lupe Tortilla. Who couldn't go for some Lupe Tortilla? It's so good. Dallas. I got to head to Dallas. When's that? October 9th to the 12th. And get it there, right? Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance. Guys, insure your race cars. God, I hope with all this raining and flooding and everything, I hope none of our racers are affected. But if you want to get some race car insurance and or classic car insurance or any kind of insurance for that matter, trailer insurance, Don Kennedy, who races Superstock, by the way, can get you set up. He lives in Tennessee. His number is 602-284-6240. He'll give you a form to fill out, and he handles the claims for you, which is very nice and convenient, I should say. And policy is written through Haggerty Insurance. And you can also email him at $1DonKennedy, the number 1, DonKennedy@gmail.com. And you can also find him on Facebook. He's always on Facebook and posts videos of his, he's got a Pontiac Sunfire that he runs in Superstock. Pretty cool car. All right, who else is out here? Who's chiming in? Rolling down I-75 as we speak. That is a Superstock D stick Fairlane, 427 Fairlane. If I'm getting that correct, and if I'm not getting that correct, shame on me. Brian Zenzen, what's going on? Birthday boy. How you doing, Brian? I didn't get to the birthdays yet. Fast Eddie's in the house. What's up, Fast Eddie? How you doing, buddy? Fast Eddie won another race at New Media. He's number 1 in the points in Sportsman at New Media Dragway in Pennsylvania, which is where our next divisional event is in Division 1 here. So way to go, Eddie Byler. Staying first so he can run the bracket finals and then make his way out to Las Vegas for the Summit ET finals and win it all. All right, Chuck Weissberg, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Pete Lanciers, what's up? He's in Woodburn. Good evening from Woodburn Drag Strip. Division 6 has a double there this weekend. So we got to get to all that. We got announcements. We got birthdays. We've got sponsors. Rob Youngblood, AdvancedClutches.com. So I was messing with that clutch this weekend. That's all in there and set up. Just a bunch of other things I got to work on with the Superstock 289. So thank you, Rob Youngblood, for that beautiful 8-inch billet machined clutch. No Pontiac engine in my Ford Mustang. I can't even pull that off in GT Superstock, but Bruce Fulper can. PontiacEngines.com. Bruce, he could probably crank out a 428 for you if you want to run that in GT Superstock, which is a pretty good combo. He can get you set up with that. Bruce Fulper. What's up, Bruce? RocketManCoatings.com. Get your parts, pieces, components all coated by the Rocket Man, Rocky Jordash. Elton John wrote a song about this guy. RocketManCoatings.com. He's a contingency sponsor as well. Engine builders. Let your engine builder know. He can start, you can get all your parts coated by default by Rocket Man. Get your taxes done, folks. If you haven't now, you've had to have gotten the extension or you're just way behind. But either way, and if you need a little help and you don't know what to do, Ray Minnick can help you out. That's RPM at RPMinnick, MINICH, RPMinnick.com, right? Or 267-247-7601. Ray can get you set up. And last but not least, make sure you got enough race fuel with you at the track. VP Racing Fuels, which is the best race fuel, if we're honest here. And they pay contingency for fuel and for oil nowadays. So get your stuff, get your fuel. Get your C11, C12, C25, C16, C14, whatever you're running. And make sure you got the decals on your car. Thank you, VP Race Fuels. All right. Let's see. Let's get to some birthdays here. Oh, before we do, we got to hear from the king here. Ray Thurston, the fourth. King Ray Thurston, the fourth, is here. He didn't get the notification. South Georgia in July. Sounds like a good weekend to stay home. Ray, what kind of supportive nature is that? Come on, man. All right, we got some birthdays. We got Bobby Butler. These are the Drag Insights birthdays, by the way. If you go on the home page in Drag Insights after you log in, you see the race calendar and you see the birthday calendar. We got Bobby Butler, July 3rd. Happy birthday, Bobby Butler. We got Bradford Rose was on July 5th. Happy birthday, Bradford Rose. And we got Brian Zenzen, loyal listener, today, July 8th. Happy birthday, Brian. I saw that he was out for a nice dinner there with his wife. So way to go, buddy. Hopefully she treated you to something very, very nice. All right. So let's see. Stan and Sheila are globetrotting right now. They have a great time. They are a great couple. Let me tell you. Dennis Chapman, what's going on, Dennis? How you doing, buddy? Hope to see you at New Media. There's Don Kennedy. Hi, Don. How are you? Guys, if you need insurance for your race cars or trailers or anything, there's Don right there. Send him a message. Jimmy Carter's in the house. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, man? Sorry, buddy. So many places that race could have went to. I know, but I guess these tracks already have their schedules planned out. And you know, these schedules are already a little goofy as it is. I mean, you got a Virginia National and a Norwalk Divisional at the same time. You got a Cecil County Divisional and a Rockingham Divisional on the same weekend. So these, I don't know, these schedulers, they need to have like a nice master like meeting at NHRA headquarters with all the division reps and say, all right, what weekend do you have? Let's draw straws. All right, let's see. We've got some terribly sad news, as you probably all have heard, but I just feel the need to talk about it. Down in Texas there at that Camp Mystic, I believe that is Hunt, Texas, where last I checked, there were 104 people were killed in the flash flood there on, I think it was 4th of July evening in the middle of the night. 12 inches of rain per hour was the rate that it was coming down. And that the river right there that the camp, you know, basically is on rose 26 feet, I think they said. So just unbelievable, tragic. 9 and 10-year-olds. It was like a Christian camp for girls, I believe. And just oh my God, camp counselors were deceased. The owner of the camp, you know, died trying to save kids. And like I said, lots of kids you know, died in this tragedy, and it's just awful. I did read one sliver of good news, which was that a new National Guard rookie, they called him, saved about 150 people. So that was nice to hear, but just unbelievable, man. I mean, there was families that had multiple kids there sisters, that passed away. Like I don't even know how you bounce back from something like that. So let's keep that whole situation in our prayers and hope that the families down there can deal with that as best as they can. My goodness. Speaking of prayer, for anyone that believes in the power of prayer, our brother Mark Kirby is in a bad way. Oh no. So I know Mark hasn't really been racing much. He's had the Grape Ape Dusters, Super Stock and Stock. So, God, I hope he's okay. He's the one. Mark Kirby is in California and made the hats for driver interviews. I haven't ordered any new hats in quite a while, but he made them the 2 times that I did order them. So, man, I hope Mark Kirby is okay. Everybody say a prayer for Mark Kirby, longtime class racer out on the West Coast. Thanks for letting us know there, Pete. Make sure you extend our best wishes to Mark. I got to send him a text message. Okay, let's get to some happier news. IHRA, this is their big weekend. This is their debut. Okay, and their debut is at National Trail Raceway, which is now called Darana Raceway Park. And it's the same weekend that the JEGS Sportsnationals was supposed to take place at National Trail Raceway. This is in Columbus, Ohio. So this is a, what do they call this thing? A Outlaw Nitro Series, something like that. Thurston, help me out. What is this thing called? I thought I had the name of it written down. Of course I didn't. Way to go, me. But anyways, they were going to have, it's like a national event for IHRA. Funny cars, Top Fuel. I saw some names on the list that are NHRA racers. So, I mean, I saw Krista Baldwin on there. I saw a couple other names on there that I recognize in the fuel ranks. So that was good. I did not see an entry list for stock and super stock, but it's $300 to enter this national event. You can still enter at the gate, by the way. You could pre-enter, or you can still show up and race. And it's $5,000 purse. We don't race for $5,000 anywhere in NHRA unless somebody is upping the purse or unless contingency is upping the purse. Now, this might be $5,000 plus contingency. So this is a really nice payout. Pro-Am, Nitro Jam is the pros. Pro-Am is the sportsman. And I think they're all going to be there. Thank you. Outlaw Nitro Series. That's it. I got the Outlaw right and the Nitro right. I just couldn't remember the third word. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. My good friend Tom Nolan, his health is not good. He has, the C word and is now on strong morphine. Tom Nolan, that is another West Coast racer or Canadian racer, I believe. Cobalt, I think. Black one. Let me know, Don. But let's extend some our best wishes there to Tom Nolan. Hope that he pulls through. Say some prayers for Tom Nolan as well. All right, so as I said, IHRA, big weekend this weekend. Let's hope the rain holds off. Now, that race is starting on Wednesday also, which I'm not a fan of. But, IHRA, it's their debut weekend. There could be some rain in the forecast. Let them go with it. You get 3 qualifying sessions. You get 1 more on Thursday. So you got 4 qualifying sessions. They had a detailed schedule posted on Facebook. I can't find that detailed schedule on IHRA.com, which to me is kind of, put that on there. That needs to be on there right in front of my face because I can't find things. Use me as your website designer because I am one of them bozos that can't find things that's right in front of my face. So if I can find it, then it's good. Just like trying to find things in the refrigerator or in the pantry or in the garage, that's right in front of my face. Who else spends 5 minutes looking for tools that was in their hand 30 seconds ago that they put down and you just can't find it anywhere? Why and how do I do that every time? I don't understand. And then when I do find it, I'm like, why the hell did I put it over there? I don't even remember walking over there. All right, enough of that. Sorry, guys. I want to tell you about this, though. So Jeff Neiswanger wrote this on Class Racer. He got off the phone with Andy Cronenbitter, and he wanted to relay this message. And he says, I'll relay all this and try not to screw it up. So this is coming from this post. They are currently, this is National Trail Raceway, which is now called Darana Raceway, which is the owner, the company, or one of the main companies that owns IHRA at this point. They've all week been paving the hot car staging lanes, the ones that run in front of the pit side bleachers, so the pros have a non-pothole surface to tow their cars. All the blacktop pits have been resealed and painted. All new lighting in the pits, complete with a Wi-Fi transponder on every light pole. How awesome is that? Lighting goes all the way back into the grass areas, all the way to the woods gate. No log on needed. Open it and it says IHRA, have a good race, or something of that nature. So I guess free Wi-Fi for everybody at the track. That sounds awesome. 6 brand new semis and trailers have been unloaded with all new golf carts, scooters, and equipment, which include brand new track dryers. The semis are all lettered IHRA logos and signage. Andy noticed the equipment has the track's name on them. And if and when they leave, the equipment doesn't. So the equipment's going to stay at that track. Cool. The tower has its new IHRA lighted signage, and everything in the place has been painted. Stripes on pavement, walls, poles, everything you can think of. Okay. Now, how about this? The track's timing system wiring was dug up and all new installed from the tower to the scoreboards. Even the scales were painted. So this sounds like all good stuff that they did at this track. And Jeff says, quite frankly, Andy is amazed. As of 5 o'clock tonight, when he spoke to him, maybe 20 cars were on the property. He told me he spoke to a few stalker guys in the Kilcari area, an hour away, and they apparently said they were not coming, and they are only an hour away. I think that's a foolish move. I would have gone to this race if it was closer. I would definitely have gone here if it wasn't 8-9 hours from where I live. It might even be more than that. If this race was within 3 hours, I would have went. $300. Check it out. 5,000 to win. Sadly, a lot of stock and super stock racers are probably going to avoid it. And I have a feeling they're guaranteeing this payout because they can't afford not to. They want to come out firing. So why not? Right? Why haven't you air tagged your tools? I know, right? Kill care. All right. Thank you. He will not get out of the hospital, says Don Kennedy about Tom Nolan. So that is sad news right there. We're praying for Tom. I was pre-entered to go and run at the event in Columbus, but we had some stuff come up and are having to sit this one out. Wishing IHRA the best. Larry Morgan and those guys are working hard. I know Larry Morgan heavily involved with this IHRA association now. So we shall see how this goes. Also, by the way, I forgot to say it. Speed Sport 1 is streaming this entire race. You can find that on your Roku. You can find it on your computer, and it's free. So if you want to watch this IHRA debut national event here, Outlaw Nitro Series, you can do that. Speed Sport 1. Google it, find it on Roku, search it out. You'll see it. I've also heard there's been a lot of radio promo in various parts of the country. Minnesota. I heard somebody in Arizona heard a radio commercial. So AM radio, I believe, is where they're hearing it. And so IHRA is trying. They're advertising. I don't really listen to AM radio. I'm a streamer, I guess, at this point. I mean, I got the Sirius radio in the car, or I'm just listening to my phone music, Apple Music or whatever. So let's get some more. Let's get some more advertisement beyond the radio. Let's go TV if we can afford it. I know it's probably very expensive, but do the cheap routes. Do the Facebook. Do the social medias, YouTube, all that. Get it out there. All right, so good luck, IHRA. Let's. I'm hoping for the best. I'm rooting for you guys. All right, let's see. What else do we have? It's going to be a wait and see IHRA race. Yep. Well, I guess so. I mean, it starts tomorrow though, so I don't want people waiting too long. All right, who else heard about this? So 2026. Saw this today. Okay, 2026 will bring back the Fox Body Mustang. So Ford's going to bring back like the Fox Body Mustang. It's going to be a V8 only from what I'm hearing. 6-speed manual is going to be standard. If you want the optional 10-speed automatic transmission, you have to pay extra for that. And it's rumored to run 11.3 seconds at 120 miles an hour in the quarter mile already. And it looks like the Fox Body Mustang. I mean, it's more a little modern, but you can Google pictures of this thing. And it definitely has a retro look to it. Looks like the Fox Body Mustang that I ran in Stock Eliminator for a lot of years. So you got the hatchback, you got the little wing back there, spoiler, and the interior's, pretty nice and modernized. I think it'll be cool. I never even thought of a retro Fox body, because to me, the Fox body, I just feel like that was like only 10 years ago, but actually it was 32 years ago, right? So 1993 was the last year of a Fox body hatchback style Mustang. Isn't that weird? Does anybody else think 10 years ago and they like think like the year 2000 or 1999, and then you realize, oh wait, that's like 24 years ago, 25 years ago? Yeah. Isn't it weird? Time's just going by so fast. All right, Mopar. How about this? Mopar is reopening its performance division. So I love hearing that. All right. I had a feeling that if a new administration took over that was not so stringent and strict on the whole EV policies, that we might get, a little bit of a reversal back to the internal combustion engine and even the performance aspect. And that's why I like to hear that Mopar has reopened its performance division. I heard the Chevelle is coming back. It was supposed to come back in 2025. Has anybody seen one anywhere? I haven't seen one. Only on the computer here, but that's awesome too. And the Chevelle does look pretty cool. It's pretty retro, pretty wide body, and just the retro is coming back again. So sounds good. All right, let's see. Smart move. Stick your nose up at guaranteed money, then whine how terrible NHRA is. Right? I don't get it. I don't get it. Alan Reinhardt is back announcing. He was at the last division race. He was announcing at Lebanon Valley this past weekend. Chevy needs to repop the 57 Bel Air. Yeah, well, we'll that might be an idea. I don't know if you can make cars that heavy anymore. What kind of engine would you have to put in that thing? A hybrid to try and get the gas mileage up a little bit. Then probably have to still follow those rules, right? All right, let's get to some results here. We had Lebanon Valley 4th of July weekend. There were 86 cars in stock eliminator. Number one qualifier, who I just sent a couple T-shirts to, thank you for supporting the show, was Matt Bernard, O-Stock Automatic 66 Chevy Biscayne with a 283 in it. 1210 with an 8 in his qualifying pass on his 1315 index, and he was 1042 under the index, getting that number one spot. Lebanon Valley is not usually a very fast track. Every time I've been there, you've been battling a headwind, and it's a little bit higher elevation, and it's usually very hot. This weekend, though, it wasn't too bad. I think it was like 79 the first day, like low 80s the second day, and 87 on the third day, and sunny all 3 days. Plus, you get to see some dirt track racing on Saturday night, which is pretty cool. Right next door, you just walk a couple hundred feet from your pit spot, and you are there. It is a cool place. It really is. Kind of wish I went this year. Anyways, Matt Bernard was not able to parlay that into a victory because Johnny Gray and Joe Lisa matched up in the final round. So we had classic Camaros. So old school muscle taking out all the new school muscle in stock eliminator. Johnny Gray's got the 69 Camaro car show, hashtag the car show, in AA stock automatic. That's got a 396, 375 horse motor in it, while Joe Lisa is in the 68 Camaro. He's got the 396, I think it's the 396, 350. It used to be the 396, 325 horse combo, but now most of the 68 and 69 Camaros changed over to the 396, 350, which is the exact same thing with higher cam lift. And it's actually rated lower at 330 than is the 396, 325, because that's rated at 334 right now. Joe is in D stock automatic, and Joe dialed 1077. He was driving lights out all weekend, but he was 253 on the tree, and it says he went 65 seconds, which is the default time for a broken racer at Lebanon Valley. I think that's what Portage Tree kind of defaults to. So Joe did not make it off the line. I think he broke something, and Johnny Gray, who dialed 10 flat, was 030 on the tree and ran a 10, coasted to a 1046 for his 5th divisional event win. He was 030 on the tree, man. It would have been crazy if he red lit there. Maybe Joe just limped it up there and was hoping Johnny would go red. John was 000 in the 5th round against Tim Partash. How about that? He was 017 in the 3rd round. He was 22 in the 2nd round against Angelo DiTaco. So he had a pretty good day. Joe Lisa was 46 and 55 the first 2 rounds, but then he was 18 against Santangelo, 14 against Perone, 14 against Shane Oaks, 31 against Bongiovanni, and then he had troubles in the final round. So solidly driving his old car that he hasn't really driven in the last couple of years because his son Matt has been driving this car for a couple years now. So I don't know if Matt's working and Joe is playing here, but Joe's doing pretty good in that car. Don't know if he'll let Matt get back in it. Let's move it into Superstock. We got Factory Superstock C, Anthony Bongiovanni, Micro Strategies out of New Jersey. He was the #1 qualifier in his 2014 Cobra Jet Mustang with an 875.3 on a 965 index. So he was 897 under the index. There were only 58 cars in Superstock at Lebanon Valley, so that's only a 6-round race. And we've had a very recognizable name in the final round, Justin Pasillo, who is driving Eddie Bloom's 1985 Firebird in Superstock B modified stock, who went up against Gregory Gay in the 1980 Dodge Murata GTL automatic. This car, I interviewed Greg about this car. It's a special car that he has there. I think it was like a test vehicle or something that he got his hands on way back, and he's been racing it for a while, and he does very well in it. I know he's won previous races with it, so he's a tough driver. Let's see how this final round went down with Justin Pasillo, who is absolutely killer in this car. He was the JEGS All-Star rep for Division 1 last year. He might be the rep again this year. I got to check those JEGS All-Stars points. But, I mean, he was 036 in the first round, and that was his worst light by a long shot. 005 second round, 004 third round, 19 in the fourth round, 28 in the fifth round, and then 13 here in the final round. He had a 946 on the window, and he ran a 949 at 136 miles an hour after Gregory Gay, who was dialed 1078, was 044 on the tree. As soon as Greg was 044 on the tree, Pasillo had him pretty much locked out. There was nothing he could do. So Greg dialed 1078. He ran a 1080 at 121 miles an hour. So there was definitely nothing he could do. He was 200ths over his dial in. And Pasillo got the win. That's his 8th divisional event win. Congratulations, Justin Pasillo. Yeah, he is absolutely deadly in that Eddie Bloom 1985 Firebird. So how about it? All right, let's see what other announcements do we have. Well, this weekend, as you know, South Georgia Motorsports Park, JEGS Sportsnational, that is tomorrow. And then the Division 3 Lucas Oil Series race follows that. So tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday is the National. Friday, Saturday is the divisional. Sunday is a rain date. It's supposed to be low 90s the whole time. Possible rain tomorrow, which might back them up a little bit. But as you would expect in July in South Georgia, Adele, Georgia, I believe it is, low 90s. So hey, it's better than high 90s, right? But dry. We really just want dry. You can stay in the air conditioning if you have to, but keep it dry. We also have a Division 6 double in Woodburn, Oregon, which is where Pete Lanciers just said he is. Weather looks pretty good there. 80 to Thursday. This race starts on Thursday. This is a double that starts on Thursday, which is what I would rather see. 80 on Thursday, 89 on Friday, 89 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. So if you're still in on Sunday, well, it's a double, so everybody might still be in on Sunday morning anyway. That's it. I mean, you just stay. If there's a rain date, rain delay, whatever, it's Monday. Make it Monday. That's what Monday is for. And that's it. You only inconvenience the handful of people that are still in. You don't inconvenience everybody and make them take an extra day off from work to get there on Tuesday for racing that starts on Wednesday. All right. Not a fan of that. GavTech Solutions is paying $5,000 to win the double A stick shootout at Indy and at the Pennsylvania Dutch Classic held at Maple Grove. The winner gets $5,000. Semis or a runner-up gets $1,000. Semis get $500. Quarterfinalists get $250. Fastest mile per hour gets $500, and fastest ET gets $500. So, GavTech Solutions, man, that's a very generous company right there out of Canada. That's Sean and Kevin Gaffney. They've got beautiful cars, 69 Camaro in AA stick, obviously. They've got a 67 Camaro Superstock G automatic car. They got a beautiful 66 Chevy 2 Superstock H stick car. I think Jason Lyon actually drove it at Indy last year. So everything they have is nice. And Marty Reinhardt does a lot of work on those cars, and they all run pretty well. Let's go over some points here. Let's see who moved. All right. Top 5 in Stock Eliminator. Actually, let me get to some comments. I feel like bad. I haven't looked at any comments in a minute here. Hey, make that 57 Chevy 3/4 size, right? Broken trans. So that means Joe Lisa had a broken transmission in that final round. Ah, God. Inopportune time. Darn thing just couldn't wait a couple minutes. Break while you're going back in the trailer. Justin Pasillo, absolutely, buddy. I let Justin drive my Fox Body Mustang before years ago, and he did pretty well in that after having never sat in it. Casey Miles, what's going on, Casey? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope the Z28 is doing well. Casey, how many views do we have on that interview? That's got to be near 100,000 at this point. All right, top 5 in stock nationally. We got Jeff Atkinson's number 1 with 482 points. Josh Decker's number 2, 470. Johnny Gray just moved up to 3rd with 467. Bruce Castle's in 4th with the Mercury Cougar, 461. And Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. is in 5th, 453. Now, just want to warn everybody, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. has only hit 2 nationals and 5 divisionals, so he's got some more races that he can improve on. Let's see. Johnny Gray's hit 4 nationals, 3 divisionals, so Johnny Gray's still got a lot of divisionals he can run. And Bruce Castle's run 9 divisionals, so he's all divisionaled out. He can still run 2 more nationals and claim, you claim your best 3 nationals out of the first 6 that you run. Super stock, Leo Glassbrenner is in first place, 476 points. Pete Diagnolo, 446. Jimmy Hidalgo Jr., 443. Chad Guilford, 433. And Evan Kowalski, 432. So we'll see how super stock pans out. Hey, Mike Cotton's number 6. Mike Cotton will listen to this tomorrow. So happy Wednesday, Mike Cotton. 6th place. Let's see if he can improve upon that. All right, Division 1, first place in stock is Johnny Gray. Super stock is Peter Diagnolo. Division 2, Jeff Longany in stock. Super stock is Mike Crutchfield. Division 3, Josh Decker in stock. Fred Bartoli Jr. in super stock. That's Altronics. Fred Bartoli. Division 4, Jimmy Hidalgo is running the table. Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. in stock and super stock. Division 5, Ellis Booth. I'm going to say that's Ellis V. Booth in stock eliminator, and Jason DeForest in super stock. Jason DeForest is Arrow awnings and cabinets. Division 6 is Brad Burton in stock, Steve Hahn in super stock. And Division 7, you've been hearing me say it all year, Nanette Stein in stock, Leo Glassbrenner in super stock, and I've got my Logie Stein racing shirt on. I said I was going to wear it because I've been saying Nanette Stein's name all season, right? Because Division 7 doesn't run again until September 25th in Bakersfield, Famoso Raceway. So we get to keep saying Nanette Stein and Leo Glassbrenner for quite some time, unless some people race out of division. All right, guys, let's see. Do I have any other announcements that I forgot? I mean, why not? I usually do, right? I think that's pretty much it. All right, good luck, everybody, heading to Woodburn. Let's hope every race is dry this weekend. Let's hope Lebanon Valley changed the whole trajectory for the rest of the season. No more wet, rainy races. We are done with that. And we want dry, crisp, cool weather for the rest of the season. All right, Woodburn, good luck there. IHRA, good luck if you're going to IHRA. Let us know what's going on. Take some pictures. Hashtag the car show. Go around and interview some racers if you want. I don't care. If you don't have anywhere to post it, send it to me and I'll post it for you and I'll tag you and credit you with it. All right, guys. And South Georgia Motorsports Park. Good luck if you're heading to South Georgia. Good luck in class. If you want to prep for class right now, like I said, go on Drag Insights, see who the fastest cars in your class are. And start preparing. It's probably not going to be the fastest race of the year there, but hey, that's good. Now you can maybe take some weight out, not have to worry about slowing the car down so much. And, you could race the car instead of trying to slow the car down. Duderan's just had hand surgery. Yes. That John Elway commercial. Duber's contraction or something like that. All right. Good luck, Casey. I hope it's not your shifting hand. And I hope it gets better in the next couple months so you can get back out there and rip gears in that 69 Z28, not the 69 Z28 original. All right, guys, good luck. Thanks to all the sponsors that make this show possible, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every one of you. All right, guys, take care. Have a good week.